because if it's too hot of water,
see if we can bounce back from that ale.
Right? I'm sure there's somebody who probably done this before, maybe boiling water, put that in your soil, see what happens.
Quick bathroom break, goddammit. All right, let's get it, baby.
Acceptability. I think the 72 to 82 or even 70 to 80 is acceptable. But once you're outside of that, I'd start to be a little concerned, particularly when it's colder, that you're going to destroy a lot of those microbes or really shock the root system to a point where it's not happy at all. I don't know. I really don't. That's bro science for me.
It's a total bro science. Be careful.
Damn, I might have waited too long.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say you have to do like a side-by-side test too, because like every cultivar reacts
Okay, there we go.
too. Think about if you've been feeding a certain regimen 10 years of growing, and all of a sudden you bring in some new, different cultivar, it's gonna react differently. So it's not just like this is this. Like there's no, I think, rule other than not too far one way or the other way.
Yeah, the lower temp is gonna.
Okay, they flamed up.
That things are gonna slow down, right? Microbes are gonna slow down.
Look at our true shit there, baby.
You're running a real low temp. In your medium, you can see deficiencies. Your mesh is not getting it, right? The microbes aren't breaking it down as fast enough. So, yeah, if you want to soil type visit for it, something else.
What's up, baby?
You know,
What's
we
up?
should be talking about it more often.
Well, from Kensington. Root temperature, because it can. When I grew hydroponic in the winter, I'd see the worst results. People were like, "Man, I get the best."
We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
Oh, what the fuck?
Today, after a...
You gotta start over.
It's get too cold, it's gonna shock. If it get too hot, it's gonna shock.
You ain't
can't stress them out too much. You know, there's a real science behind it. But
what you about to make?
Find the balance.
When you get to making.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Yeah, reservoirs too, man. I've had to tell people.
You never did eat the damn gyro or make no gyros when you were supposed to make gyros. You did?
Cooling the temperature of the water so much that it's real. It's a hazard to the plants. I wanted to get to this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The what?
Tomato gone.
Watering 7 times the wild. But anyways, what do you guys think about watering 7 to 9 times a day? But looking into crop steering and reading grow length that increased fertigation in a medium like cocoa allows for higher nutrient uptake while avoiding overwater.
So you say you're gonna do gyros today?
It's a lot of times per day, but there is a science behind the kind of crop steering and pushing that cultivar of being able to do multiple feedings with a lower EC potentially per day. That's what I'm trying to push at Franklin Field. And just from what we push now, the plants literally are almost double the size. They're massive. Like they look like outdoor plants. If you've seen me in my live streams recently on CLTV, some of those look like outdoor plants. They're massive.
We're across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Fielded right around the 8th.
Oh, no.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
All right, baby.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. James has got it. Complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A good throw there, and this is a quarterback who's still just getting his feet wet, obviously. By most accounts, last week played okay in the victory. But I want to know, Charles, what was your impression of his play last week?
Brandon, I think a lot of teams will be happy with okay, and early on, it's less about how many touchdowns did he throw, but did he not throw interceptions? Did he handle adversity? Did he handle the huddle? Those types of things, that's what people are looking for.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. He'll look to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. His first career touchdown pass, and it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
Extra point try, good by Gano, and that makes the score 7-0. The touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with Elliott, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, this defense for the Giants, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Do what we do, baby.
They go down the end again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. To throw is Prescott. Looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade American. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. CD, what a sensational start for this defense. Instead of just forcing the 3 and out, which they were about to do, they pick it off and take it in for the score.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't just settle for the standard good way to start a game. They started in dramatic fashion. Take it away, score points, and guess what? They'll be flying to go back up for our defense again after that play.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
You just have to start the last guy.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Right back to him on first down. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Well, that was not what you would call a straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott.
Oh.
The throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Open man Lamb, it's complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Prescott. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Elliott. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now second and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try to put it in that way.
They'll try again with Elliott. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Prescott on 3rd and goal. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
There's another example that playing football isn't strictly being physical. You've got to think as well. Nice job reading his keys by the linebacker and going out in the open space. When they dumped it to the back, he was able to make the play and stop him short of the goal line.
Fourth down, Prescott. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. An incompletion there on 4th and goal from the 3. And this Giants defense able to come up with a goal line stand.
What the fuck? I might have did it.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here. They could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Giants are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he rifles one incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Inside zone, fellas.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And able to find Allen Lazard. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's able to get the 1st here as he's taken down at the 25.
And we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. Back to throw now on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now back to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here.
Get that ball. Get that ball. Get that ball. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get
offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least 1 practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted.
They were terrible.
And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Allen Lazard as the first half is winding down. And the Giants will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Well, this offensive unit, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation.
And Prescott, his third interception. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This is caught by Robinson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
Stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. On second down, Elliott once more. And he's going to take this one down to the 25.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. And that last throw is going to keep him climbing that all-time passing yards leaderboard as he crosses the 25,000-yard mark now for his career.
He just recently passed Bart Starr. Next up for him, Bob Greasy. That's 2 Hall of Famers, 2 Super Bowl winners, multiple Super Bowl winners. So he's getting up with the legends now. Congratulations.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
A great effort there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point safely through, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Third quarter from MetLife Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. He finds his man complete. That's James. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The quick slant, good for a first down, a gain of 12.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Damone Clark fought his way through and buried him behind the line. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. On the NFL scoreboard, they are in the 3rd now in New Orleans, and the Falcons have moved out in front. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, point the same tempo, and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Over the middle, it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Yeah, big play there. When you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, You've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Inside give to Elliott. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. Elliott will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Well, I tell you, Ezekiel Elliott, he is just built like a bowling ball, and he powered his way into the end zone there.
I love that description of him because when you think about Zeke, you think about lower body strength and those legs churning and creating extra yardage.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
That's what I needed.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Good shit.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They will look to flush the memory of that pick 6 as we now have a brand new tie ball game here in the 4th quarter. Getting down to the good stuff. Jabril Cox there on the tackle.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's 2nd and 8. Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. A solid stiff arm. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Barkley on first down, running into a wall as he's stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. As this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
Zone now. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Run that motherfucking shit back. I need to rock, baby.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Tall motherfucker.
Now a shotgun snap.
Oh
no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 20. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys.
Fuck.
So how about that play? We had a tie ball game. Defense comes up huge. That's the definition of a big play for this defensive unit.
Not something that you see that happens often to a guy like, let's say, Jamal Charles. Remember 2015? Fumbled it in a key situation.
Roby, right?
Yes, exactly right. Bradley Roby picked it up and altered the ball game.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead.
One more time. Do it again, fellas. Good shit.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. A fairly short kick from the 14. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
So we got patterns. We got a pattern. Oh, we're going empty on this, fellas.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right, throw it out the window. Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Back to throw.
Oh, come on,
incomplete. That's James. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Back to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
Well, to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Ooh, good shit.
Stop. He does have the first down. Well, drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
He's back to throw. Able to find Lazard. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a 1st down.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the 1st down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are in the field.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw toward the sideline, and look at that catch, dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete. What a play. Maybe a game-saving play on the knockdown there.
That was beautiful, wasn't it? If you're looking at it from the defense's perspective, they looked like they had a shot at it. Maybe a completion. Ball gets knocked away. Can they rise up and do it again?
Scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. In motion the tight end.
Inside zone, baby.
They'll look to throw again.
Damn, good fucking shit.
It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down 1. It's tempting to go for 2. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans are holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
They're not the ones who have to actually make that call.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. First down carry by Elliott. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So the first crack here in overtime goes to the New York Giants as we are back underway. This is taken just shy of the 10. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
You know what it is? We got the insides always.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Charles, you think back to halftime, they had the big lead. They were in control of this game. They lost that lead, but ultimately right now, with the ball in overtime, a chance to win this thing.
And you know each guy's telling his teammate, just let it go. Don't worry about it. We're starting fresh right here. What happened before does not matter. What happens right now and going forward, that's what matters. Let's find a way to win this game.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a first throw here in overtime.
Damn!
This one is incomplete. Keeping the aggression going on defense in overtime here, a first down blitz.
You know you can get burned on it big time if they pick it up, but in this situation, they brought the blitz, put some pressure on the QB, and he wasn't able to complete a pass downfield.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw.
Catch that shit, girl.
Bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive.
Man, fuck this motherfucker out, man. Pick up this fumble.
They'll set up a throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Micah Parsons picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And the Giants send out their punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. That's pulled in at the 32. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Let's see, baby. Can we pull it off? Man, let's light this motherfucking big boy up.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. But we got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
Not hurt.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. Really sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
69 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
On second down, they'll run it here. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on 3rd. And what can Prescott do in the OT? He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
Game time, fellas. Good shit.
And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
The early time
that was an excellent come from behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come from behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for the Cowboys, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get a trip to Vegas next week for a date with the Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.
Catch me on the rebound in my other leagues or in some Call of Duty, baby.
She was really low on the nitrogen
adjustments real quick, though.
So I gave her an additional dosage of grow to get her through flower. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you provide her what she needs? So it's a matter of paying attention, but understanding too that these companies do take this into consideration. The nutrient companies do understand. This isn't 1991. We're not using Miracle Grow because it's the only thing available. We are using nutrients that have been honed in to be specific to our plant for many, many years. Like, it's not new anymore, you know. And so there's new stuff coming out. I believe it. But the reality is that we now have nutrients that are honed for this plant. And for someone who's new, I would just follow what your feed chart says for your particular nutrient.
Yeah, when you don't have, it's like if you don't know how to cook, you're gonna want to use a recipe, right?
Use the recipe. Yeah,
and I think that's the best way to look at it. And fresh from the shed over here, shout out From the Shed on Twitch. Very valid point. So if you find some cultivars or strains have natural darker green color overall, then some are more lime green, how do you go about it that way? And a prime example is Ice Cream Sunday when we go out at Franklin Fields. You can see she's a darker looking one, just always. And by going by the general rule of thumb, you'd be like, oh, this is, toxicity. She's got too much. But nah, she just grows that way. So that's the genetic thing again. You got to know a little bit about the genetics. You got to know a little bit about the lineage. And if you don't, then you're going to kind of struggle with knowing the signs of good or bad sometimes, unless it's obvious, like burnt tips or curling tips or the leaves look damaged. But if it's a color-based thing, sometimes you can struggle. But there's a difference between a fading yellowy green versus a super pine dark green with a curling tip at the end. And it just depends on how you're going.
Yeah, I was going to say there are other signs of nitrogen toxicity, that the curls at the end of the leaves, shininess
Good dub.
leaves, that's another strong indicator. So if it's dark green and shiny, and you're seeing the curling, that's most likely nitrogen toxicity. So yeah, good call out.
So we've done it. We've done the training for veg. We've prepared for our nutrients for flower, and we're in. We've flipped. What do you think would be
see if the Jags trying to ball?
Advice to somebody for the first few weeks of flower?
I'd say keeping that environment dialed in, switching from your veg style environment to your flowering environment, making sure you work on trying to understand VPD or vapor pressure deficit and looking at there's charts laid out, so you don't have to do the science. You can look at your humidity and your temperature and try to hit those points to make sure that you're getting the most in the environment for your plant. So you open up the stoma and you've got plasmata or whatever, and you've got the essential impact you're trying to get from dialing in your environment. Otherwise, like humidity, temperature, these are just fucking numbers. You got to make sure you're finding the sweet spot, and that's where you're going to get the best out of your plant. I think I fucked up a lot of times by, there I am again, on transitioning into having my flowering room in the same space as my veg, and I didn't give it that right amount of time to switch up my environment. It was extremely crucial because I didn't seem to get the look I wanted. I was getting stretching internode, like massive gaps between my nodes and my flowers, or the nodes and the leaves, where I'm like, how is this happening when it didn't before? It's like I didn't pay attention to the environment at all. I just flipped the lights, and it was still pretty humid in the room, and it was even hotter than it was before.
Yeah, good point.
I think the only thing you could have missed a little bit, could expand, is the light distance, right? I feel like is one thing
That's
that
what we heard
super. I mean,
draft
after
league
flipping
right
flower
here,
every
boy.
day, I'm in there adjusting light distance. Now I have a par meter, so I'm able to see. A lot of people don't have a par meter, so they're going off of gut feel, or they're looking at a par chart and trying to guess how much par the plants are getting. But I have a par meter, so I'm constantly adjusting it. And I think still one of the biggest mistakes that new growers hit me up about is they've got light burn. They're just running their plants too hard. They have the light distance too close, par's too high, and they're seeing looks like signs of deficiencies on the top part of their plant. And they're like, what's happening? And 9 times out of 10, it's been just either reduce the dimmer or increase the light distance, so the plant's getting less par. So if you see your plant start to yellow out, from the top or whatever, keep light distance in mind, because I think a lot of people are overlooking that. They're thinking that it's something in the medium. They're thinking that it's a lack of feeding, so they're adding in nutrients, or they're thinking the pH is off, so then they're watering and doing a runoff and checking the pH, and they're making those type of adjustments. But I think a lot of people forgetting about the light distance, light intensity, and that can absolutely drive some of these problems.
100%. And this is something that I've actually suffered from multiple times, and more specifically now that I'm in a freaking tent, because of that training that we were doing in veg, I'm only like 3 or 4 rows in a tent.
Catch me on the rebound.
So trying to realize that height between